If you're a construction business owner, you didn't start your company just to be stuck on paperwork and chasing contract management stuff, right? You want to start building and you want to concentrate on building whatever that is that you're building. And here's an interesting fact. Most construction companies, they lose 9% of the revenue just by not managing correctly the contracts. So today we're going to talk about how you can automate the contract management. How can you extract the information using AI, and how can you utilize that information to cascade down to any software or systems that you have. It's going to help you as a business owners to understand the first step on automations, which will create a huge impact, which in most construction industry, that is the life cycle of a contract. Let's dive in. There is a concept that is called the contract lifecycle management, which is the cycle of a contract when it's born, in the sense of when it's written and when it's signed, until the end of the contract, when that contract expires or there is no longer. In constructions, it's very important, right? Because payments are attached to that contract. Disputes, problems, delays, everything is set up in that contract. Now, it's so important that according to a survey done by KPMG, it says that the value of that contract at the end of the life cycle, it loses 40% of value because of delays, because issues that we didn't identify that we need to do in the contract, or because people didn't follow the steps that the contract said they need to follow, like RFIDs or any other type of legal documentations that we need to do with the person who hire your company to build whatever you're building. So what AI and automation does is to automate the entire life cycle. Since when you start signing until that contract expire or you finally deliver the construction site or whatever the thing that you built in the construction, a house, a building, a road, whatever it is, right? And will help you to understand and be ahead of things that are happening within that contract, right? So instead of being reactive or something happens, there is a delay that we didn't inform, now we need to figure out how to do it, right? You are proactive and you can see in front of you what are those conditions that the contract tells you that you need to do. In construction contracts, as you probably know, they're very lengthy and with a lot of information, so it's hard to have that. And bigger construction companies have teams that the only thing they do is to manage those contracts. If you're a small business owner, this is going to help you to start automation, right? So that's the life cycle of a contract. So there are different pieces of automations that you can do. You can do the creation of a contract, right? When it needs to pass all the reviews from lawyers, from internal teams, right? That can be automated in a way that is easier for everyone to understand what they need to review, what they need to change, what are the changes and comments, right? That's the first step of the contract lifecycle management, right? Which is the creation of that contract. The second piece is to automating the negotiation, right? When you have the first draft, you send that to the person who contract you, and it's going to be a lot of negotiations, back and forth, comments, reviews, and things like that. That's also a process that you can automate, right? When you get a comment, when a new comment, understanding what changed, what are the difference, how that is going to impact your business. All of that also can be automated with AI as, kind of like assistant that will overview the process and make sure that you're following the process and also kind of give you a warning of what will be the impact of a few changes. And the third piece, it's once the contract has been signed, is what it's called post-execution or post-management part of the contract, right? Which is making sure we're following the contract. If there are delays, the contract will tell you or specify what are the delays that you need to do, what are the things that you need to do. And you can automate that very easily to send that to your project management software, or making sure that send you emails every time when those dates are coming in or things like that, right? You can easily automate that and happy. So that's kind of like an overview of what are the things that you can be automating. Now, when you automate the contract lifecycle, what you're doing, you can close deals faster, which will give you the opportunity for you to start bidding more in other jobs, right? And grow your business faster, because you're not spending time on the paperwork that the contract management do for you, right? Which is very complex. You can speed up that process and make things easier for you. And for sure, the sales cycle is going to be way faster. And that's what we've seen with a lot of construction companies that will have come to us and help them to understand how to automate the contract management lifecycle. So how you can automate? So let me explain you 3 ways that you can automate. Okay, there are pretty good tools out there that are managing AI. Most of the AI that you see on these contract lifecycle management softwares are related for you to have a kind of like a chat where you can talk to the AI and ask things and look at things. Now, The thing about this is that they're very good on the first and the second step of the stages, which is the creation and the negotiation. But the third pass, the post-execution piece of the contract management, it's where they don't do a good job because they are silos. They concentrate on just what the software can do for you, right? So let me walk you through the ones that we have looked at, and most of our clients, they are on the construction, they're seeing. The first one is Contract Saves. As you can see on their page here, they have a pretty good process. They have thought about all the main features, right? Now they do have, as you can see here, the AI assistants. We can help you on that process, right? You can have a contract repository to put all your documents, search for things, right? Full data management. The integration is good, but it's not the best of all the worlds, right? The good part is that Contract Saves has a very good integrations with like Zapier or other automation software, right? So that's something that is very good. The second one, it's one we call it Ironclad. It's pretty good. Unblock contracts. You have the ability to do most of the life cycle from the creations, reviews, signs, and storage. The bot execution is a little bit different, but basically it can do well. It also has a pretty good integrations with automation software, right? Like Zapier or things like that, as you can see here. So if we go back to this, you will see here that you have, it has Zapier integration. So if you're looking for something to integrate this afterwards, it's pretty good. Also, they do have some integrations with AI. I would say you will need to test that, and it will depend on what process you're looking. But these are the two contract managements that are pretty good. The other company that does a very decent, very good process is DocuSign with the contract lifecycle management software, and it's pretty good. It's very robust and it has a lot of integrations. You know, DocuSign, as you probably know, it's been there for years. It's one of the biggest sign software out there, so you can sign and secure. A lot of construction companies already using them, but they don't know that they have the contract life management cycle in there that you can do, and it's pretty good with very good information that you can do there. You can do most of what you can do, the creations, review, comments, understanding, and things like that, right? So now the issue with all of this is that a lot of this software could be very expensive, especially if you're jumping, and the onboarding process can take time, right? So it could be a little bit hard for a person that has a small to medium-sized construction company. I understand how to integrate this in your flow and how to manage this accordingly, right? So right now with ChatGPT and others, there is another solutions, and that's where we're going on the second option for you. If you don't want to spend the money that all the plans that you have in a recurring revenue, you can probably use it with ChatGPT, and we're going to teach you a few ways how to do it. So the other thing that you can do on the contract management side is to use ChatGPT. ChatGPT is very good at reading documents and teaching you how to do this, okay? You need to think about ChatGPT as kind of like someone that is an assistant, right? Or someone that just get out of college and it's kind of helping you to manage contract. It's not going to be a contract expert. It's not going to help you, but it's going to help you do something, right? So I'm not going to explain here how you should probably do all of this and why we're doing this, but I'm just going to give you a few tips, right? So first, you need to give context to the chat when you're doing this. You can't just start from blank. So you will say, the way I like to say it is to use a chat for a generic. So I'm going to use a chat especially for contract management. So I would say you are an expert in contract cycle management for construction industry, right? Your goal, I will provide the contract, and you will need to give me important dates, important information. And I'm not explaining what is important. I'm just going to let it ChatGPT provide that because of what they provide me. You don't need to explain every single detail to ChatGPT. So I will provide content, will need important dates, important informations. And if there is anything in the contract that I need to be aware, like the steps I need to follow if I'm delay or payment schedule. Okay, and this is a tip. I will say, I'll ask me a question. I haven't uploaded any contract, so this is ask me any question that will help you to clarify your job. Right. So now the guy is gonna read here. It's gonna prompt me with a lot of information. But one of the things that is cool is that I'm not giving the contract immediately. Like a lot of people will put the contract and say, just give me the information. Right now I'm saying it's like talking to a person. I'm saying, okay, let me know if you're clear, if you understand, right? So it says, perfect. Thanks for clarifying. Go analyze construction through exact. Okay, so you see, so I'm gonna give you the contract context, right? It's a subcontract, main contract agreement, or something like that. Yeah, your role, format of contract, scope of optional, right? What's to extract, key dates, key application risk, administrative, Once confirm upload contract, I will react next time. Okay, so I will say I'm the contractor, I'm the business owner, and we'll say this is home construction company, right? To clarify when he's looking at things, right? So he's going to assume that. So now that it's trained, right? And he's telling me, okay, I'm gonna get important dates and milestone. I'm gonna get contracts, date, payment terms, delay, extension, liquid damage, and everything I hear I'm clear, then I can do this. So now I can add a contract. I downloaded example construction contract. So there are a few things that are not very clear in the contract that are like placeholders. But one of the things that is cool is that you will be able to see the ChatGPT in action here. So then I will ask, okay, give me a process this contract. Boop. That's it, because I already trained them. Yes, so analyze the uploaded PDF. So here is giving me the details, right? Key schedulements, right? Preliminary schedule must be submitted within 2 weeks after signing contract. Owner. So it's giving me everything that I need to know from this, right? So you will say, okay, what's this part of the information? So now as a business owner or as a contract manager, whatever I'm looking at, I can easily understand what are the important things that on this contract, what are the things that need to be worried, what are the things, and we can take this to a project management software, or we can take it to another piece, right? So this is one of the things, right? So it gives you everything from the contract, strict notice requirements, schedule compliance, and everything, right? So now let's say we're gonna ready to execute this, and I can send this. Okay, give me the most important milestone of this contract. In a way, I can export to my product management system. Okay, and here they are, right? And give me this in a way, contract signing, preliminary schedule submissions within 40 days, contract signing, full project schedule submissions, inerrancy certificate submissions, notice of material delivery, monthly progress report, right? So I have all the things here that I need. So I can just grab this. I'm using Excel. I can probably grab this, put it in Excel. If I'm using a software or ClickUp, I can use this, right? So this is a way you can help you to automate in the cheap way, because you can do this with ChatGPT for free. And it's a very free way to do it. Now, take time to think about everything we just talked. It's pretty impressive, right? Now, let's think about this. Now, instead of doing this, right, we use ChatGPT to read, get all that information, and send that information directly to your project management system, so you don't have to do anything, right? So one of the things that you can do, and we're gonna use the same prompt that we're using before, and this is a pay feature that you need to do. You can do this with a pay features, or you can do a more elaborate way to do it, which is basically creating an automation using Zapier and in any of their automation software out there. Or you can do a customize if you want to go very complex. You can do this collaborate. But here there's a free wall. It's just called the agent mode. And basically what you're saying is, I want grab all the important milestone and add it into our project management system. That is, we're gonna say Soho project. I don't know, it's the first one that came into my mind. That is Soho project, and you need to enter the title and the description. We're gonna say for the description plus notes and conditions. Make sure to add the dates. The contract will be signed on November 15th. Okay, I click type, and what ChatGPT will do with this agent is that now I can go and do whatever other things, and we'll create an agent for you that will do exactly that. So we'll open a desktop, a virtual environment, what is specifically called. So what we'll do is, what ChatGPT will do now, as you can see, it opened a virtual environment, which is basically a computer. And now you can start seeing here what ChatGPT is trying to go. So it's going to Soho project, it's going to start to open the website. Now when the process comes in, I will be able to log into my account, and then it will start recognizing the menus and things like that, and then everything that I can now, right? So okay, so now for example, so here have I can say take over. You see how it's phone take over? I can put take over, and I can put my password in order to connect to Soho project. So here, as you can see, I'm taking control of this, and then I'm gonna put here my password. Okay, so it's going to the testing account that we have right now. As you can see, it logins. I just put the password number, and it's loading. There we go. That's Soho project. Right now, you can leave this and you can go to lunch while it does all of this for you. Probably it's gonna create a project. It's basically doing everything for you. See, it recognizes where to add a task. Now it's filling everything from you. See how it adds the name, and then it will add the description, which will have, we told them to put in the description plus the notes and conditions. So it's putting the due date, and that's it. That's another way you can do it. You can use ChatGPT without fancy integrations and anything that, again, it's a low cost way to automate your process and make sure that your team is able to speed up the contract management cycle, putting everything in the software that you want. You can do more things here. You can ask them to review whatever. ChatGPT, the agent mode, can open any browser, anything on the web. So it's able to understand everything that you ask them. So this is a very a specific way that you can help them to understand contract management. So as you can see, automation and AI can be a very important component in order for you to increase revenue, increase time, have better sales, improve speed on delivering, and making sure that you're not releasing the value of your contract, right? That way you're making sure everything is working smoothly, but automation in AI is doing the job for you. And that helps your team to concentrate on what is important, which is building, right? That's your only goal. And that's why you started that company, is because you want to start building. So if you want to know more how to automate your business and you want to understand, the only thing you need to do is to follow us by clicking the link below. And if you want to know more how to automate your company and understand a little bit more on what's the process, we have a cool automation roadmap, which is kind of like a mini course that to help you to understand what are the first things that you need to automate, right? Because one of the biggest mistakes that every construction company does is they start automating, they start using AI without identifying what process then will give them the highest value or the highest ROI in terms of, I will spend this money in automation, this time and resources, time in automating, but maybe the impact is not going to be huge for the business, right? So you want to make sure that that's the case. And this small course will help you, which is a 3-hour course. Plus, you will have access to tools that will help you to understand how to prioritize those processes and how to identify those processes and tasks. So that's the link of that. It's below on the description. So put them in the comments. What are your thoughts? What do you think? What are the things that we can show you? And we'll be happy to give you more information on how to automate your business with AI.